As part of the Clean Energy Works program, the main house has been undergoing some work of its own. This ugly stuff here is called closed cell spray foam, and this is pretty expensive stuff. So it's kind of like the highest quality insulation that you can buy, inch per inch, but it's too expensive for me to have put into the ADU. But for sealing up an old house like this one, it does a job. So what they did in this house was went through the basement and tried to seal up the basement as best they could. They want to try to get this basement warmer or keep it from leaking so much, because the temperature in the basement does affect the temperature in the main house. So this whole area here has been now sprayed in with all this spray foam. And then underneath the bathroom, which sticks out, they've added spray foam and rigid insulation, and this is all helping to insulate the exterior shell of the house. Meanwhile, on the interior of the house, they've drilled a whole bunch of holes, which I'm going to show you now. These holes right here. So these holes are about 3 inches across, and they've poked all these holes in all of the exterior walls of the house. Very invasive, but necessary in order to insulate. Since this house was built in 1906, there was no insulation in these walls. These are lath and plaster walls. So they drilled out these holes, stuck a hose in here, and then pumped in blown-in cellulose down below, and then kind of worked their hose upwards up to the top of this wall, and so in all of the exterior walls with blown-in cellulose, which gives some insulation value to the wall at least. So it's gonna bring it down from an extremely inefficient house to a only kind of inefficient house in terms of insulation and air sealing. But it's going to be reducing the energy demand for the main house by 30%, which is pretty amazing. So I was really excited to make it into the Clean Energy Works program, which subsidizes part of the work, a significant portion in my case, because all I needed to do was insulation and air sealing in order to make this house much more efficient. So that's primarily what they're doing. And then they added in blown-in cellulose in the attic, added about 12 inches worth, bringing the R value up to R49, and then they air sealed the attic as well. So that's the Clean Energy Works program, in my case anyway.